What's up, everybody? This is Jake Bishop,
This is the world's greatest American, Justin America.
and we are the Me Society Show. We're going to be bringing you a whole lot of excitement, a whole lot of information, and give you some insight on how we feel and how to feel about yourself.
Well, I mean, obviously, we are people that are high enough in society to tell others how they should feel about themselves. So that's why we give good advice. Like, for example, I teach you how to be a better bachelor. Robert Knight teaches you how to good relationship advice. Jake teaches you when you should and shouldn't
Rage up.
sit down.
It's going to be a whole lot of sitting, a whole lot of firing up coming at you at the Me Society Show.
But first, we just want to throw out a quick commercial to our sponsor this week.
And that's Skid Row Academy, the training school for professional wrestling in South Jersey, Philadelphia area, and all nearby points.
Speaking of, you had an interview with one of their students, didn't you?
Yeah, I had an interview with a young up-and-comer named Samuel Falsey, and he's going to be a firecracker on the scene pretty soon. He's already making his way through the ranks down here in South Jersey, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be making a name of himself on TV soon.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I've been giving the kid, some tips here and there, but he picks it up really quick. He absorbs his information and he executes.
Mm-hmm.
He executes like nobody that I've seen before.
Yeah, he's like a sponge, and I like it because I like dealing with sponges that absorb everything that you teach them, and they give it out to you the same way.
And here's a great thing about him being at the Skid Row Academy is he can learn from multiple different people, multiple different styles.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys there like ourselves. There's Rob Prefontaine is there. The super crazy heavyweight champion, Black Jesus, appears sometimes. You never know who's going to roll through there because the guys that you and some others know that you're able to bring in, it's top tier talent.
Mm-hmm. And another mainstay there is Deshaun Pratt, the Prince of Camden. He's always there teaching the guys a lot of technical stuff and getting them to hone their skills and bring it out of them the way that I like to. I like the way he trains too.
Yeah, he's real psychological about his training. He doesn't. It's not like, hey guys, let's do some moves, and then it's bit, and then next thing you know, everybody's like going home, and it's like, well, what the hell did I even fucking learn? He will break everything down, and if it's not registering with you, he'll help you figure those things out.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very, very good teacher.
Yep. And that's all at the Skid Row Academy in South Jersey, Deptford area, 1030 Delsey Drive. And you can inbox us or find Skid Row Academy on any of the platforms.
Speaking of, let's cut to the...
let's show that interview.
Yeah, show that interview right now.
All right. All right, what's up, everybody out there to the Me Society land? This is a newcomer to the scene. I'm going to interview him. We're going to get some insights on him in the school and also talk about his upcoming show.
Hello.
So, tell us about yourself. Yeah, sit down. Why are you getting out of frame?
I'm so
Why did you get out of frame? Why are you sitting down like you're going to give me something?
I'm sorry. I was going to give you who I was, but since you were so rude.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Hello, everybody. My name is Samuel Falsey. I'm here at Skid Row Academy, the best damn facility in Jersey. August 7th, I'll be taking on Mr. King Kalua, and of course I'm going to win. But I don't expect any shortcomings from the man. He's been a veteran for about 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, already 30. I have nothing but respect for him, but come August 7th, I will be the man to take him down because I am the demigod of professional wrestling, and that is a fact.
So how long you been training?
Fast. All right.
Yep.
I've been training for 12 months now.
12 months.
Very, very new. Yes, extremely new.
Very skilled professional at 12 months.
Yes.
And you train where?
I trained at Skid Row Academy. Right
Skid
here.
Row Academy in Deptford, New Jersey, right?
Deptford, New Jersey.
All right.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
give you your talking points. You're going to say these talking points.
All right, yeah, man. You bring it on.
All right.
Bring it on.
So, what else have you learned here at Skid Row Academy?
What haven't I learned? I've learned how to, comprehend my skill, promos, I even learned how to be a manager and a referee. I mean, whatever you want to learn, you can learn it here. But professional wrestling is the very first thing. Fundamentals. It's the most important thing that you have to have when you're professional wrestling. If you don't have it, if you don't even want to have it, don't even try it. All right? It's not warranted. Come in here, act like you're the shit, and now, excuse my language. And then you just don't learn the fundamentals. Learn them, craft them.
That's all the time.
I try not to. I'm gonna try to be respectful.
Okay.
But bottom line, if you don't care about fundamentals, do not come. Plain and simple.
That's here at Skid Row Academy, folks, in Deptford, New Jersey. Inbox is here at the Me Society at gmail.com or any platform. Or also look up the Skid Row on Facebook and Instagram. All right, holla at you. All right, that's Samuel Falsey, folks. Look for him in the newspapers and TV shows all over the place. He's gonna be on TV one day. I predict it.
Well, here's another place they could look at him for on August 7th
August 7th,
at the what are they calling the place now?
Skid Row Academy.
Yeah, at the Skid Row Academy.
1030 Delsey Drive. Again, you can inbox one of us, or you can hit the Skid Row Academy for tickets on that one.
Now, he's going to be in action. I was told that I'm going to be in action against that dope that has been giving me problems lately, Ricky, whatever his last name is, the rock and roll fake Marty Jannetty guy. So
No, while I was there with the Bookers, they said you guys are tagging. Yes, they had a lethal lottery the other night, and it's going to be a tag match with some rivals. So I guess you got to work with him as your partner.
listen. Let's just go to sports. Let's go to sports.
All right. And then sports updates, real quick. We're going to do it real quick because there's not too many sports going on right now that I've been watching.
He better not be a human trafficker like LeBron James is.
LeBron James is a billionaire. If you haven't heard it, he's a billionaire now.
And supposedly he's a human trafficker. Is that true?
Well, he's immune from any type of prosecution. No, he's
Okay.
not he's not a, I don't want no lawsuits.
Okay.
He is not a human trafficker.
Okay, I didn't know. I just heard he was. I'm glad that, I don't know much about sports, so I'm glad you cleared that up for me.
Okay.
I got to go back to thinking about how I'm going to be dealing with Ricky Rackham.
All right. And also in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Phoenix Suns in the championship. So I guess the Bucks got their first championship since 1971, before we were born. So, and the Phoenix Suns still have none.
Well,
That's
they had Sir Charles for a while, so that's good.
Yeah, well, Sir Charles was also with the Sixers and they didn't win the championship
Yeah,
with
that's
him.
true.
So, yeah.
So, all right, so there's lethal lottery. I got to team up with this dum-dum.
Mm-hmm.
Look, people keep asking me, why do I keep going after him, right? Why am I picking on him down at the when he was in the Battle Royal? Why do I continue to antagonize this guy? And look, like I've said from the beginning, I've been saying this for a while now. I have a new lease on life, as you know, and I don't appreciate when these phony men come into my business running around acting like they know a thing or two about a thing or two. So I'm just trying to teach him a lesson. And now I got to teach him a lesson as his tag partner.
Yep, man's a rock star.
Well, while I'm trying to cool off, how about we teach all of the Me Society citizens about a lesson about being a better bachelor by this week's episode of The Better Bachelor.
There you go.
I can't. I gotta cool off. Welcome back. Here's another little thing that we could do. Every guy should know how to make a simple, basic, easy to do red sauce. All right. It's not gravy. All right. Gravy's made with meat. So if you're sitting there, oh, my grandmama, she calls the gravies. Well, that's because you're from, the Philly, New York area. It's sauce, all right? I've been over to Italy. they say sauce. Right? I'm like, hey, Geppetto, I'm in the restaurant. Geppetto, let me get some spaghettis with the gravy. And he's like, what's with the gravy? The meat. So it's called sauce. It's a simple red sauce. All right. You just take a tomato, right? I like using the diced. I like using whole tomatoes. I like using the Marzano tomatoes. Whatever tickles your fancy, use that because it's yours. You know, you're the one who's going to be eating it, not me. I had this laying in the house, so I'm using this. A little bit of paste. Some people say, "Oh, you don't use paste in sauce." This really brings out the. This is a really concentrated tomato flavor, because what this is just they just reduce this, right? They take a tomato, they take a bunch of tomatoes, throw it into a bin, and they just heat it up and just keep it going and going and going, and it reduces and reduces and reduces until eventually you get a paste. So that's all this is. This is just a very flavorful paste. I like throwing in a little bit of a pepper. You want some onion, the garlic. You can use fresh, but I don't have any fresh garlic on hand, so I'm using the jar stuff. I like the garlic and olive oil. I use olive oil when I cook. I use olive oil in my pan, right? And that's what we're going to do this in. We're going to do this in one of these guys. Something that has a little bit of depth to it, because what you're going to end up doing is you're just going to end up cooking it and reducing it to where you want it, and then call it a night. And that's about it. And then some olive oil. Get a really good olive oil, because anytime you're doing anything Italian, you're going to want a good olive oil. So let's bring it over here. I'll chop up some onions, chop up some peppers. I'll start mixing things together, and then we'll make a red sauce. All right, so we're back. I know the camera angle is a little bit different, right? So here's what we're gonna do with these. You could do it all fancy, you know, you chop it up and then you chop it up and it comes out all nice and neat. I don't care. I just bit, right? I'm gonna chop it in there. Maybe I should angle it differently so that way I can try and do it with this hand. Well, let me just, look, I'm gonna do what I call the bachelor mash. Bachelor mash. You just chop it in there. Who cares? As long as they're diced up, right? You don't have to be fancy about it. Just be safe. Don't cut your finger off like a dummy. Make sure that it's all chopped up. It's all nice and small, because here's what you're going to want. You're just wanting to get these to where they kind of melt in the pan, right? Get this nice and good. Bing, bang, boom. All right, they're nice and small. There's easier ways to do it. There's YouTube videos out there. Maybe I'll put one out in the future, but for now, that's how I'm doing it. One of these guys. Green pepper, red pepper, don't matter. You know, you could use freaking jalapeno if you want. It's your sauce. You know? Chop one of these guys off, right? Chop him off. Maybe do another one, right? You don't need too much. You're not doing too much. And you want to remove the membrane in there. Be careful, don't cut your hand off, be slow. There's no rush on this. Chop these up. Nice and chopped up. Same thing. They're going to melt in the sauce. Who cares? Make sure they're small enough. All right, now let's take it over to the oven. I need this guy. Okay. Bring it over to the oven. There's my meatballs. Throw them in one there. Get some fire underneath that guy. Okay. Super easy. Let's move this guy back around. Do we like you? Adjust the camera angle. Alright, that works for me. I'm fine. I can cook from this angle. Start off just throwing in a little bit of olive oil. Okay? A little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Alright? Now you want to cook up your onions and your peppers. Some people say don't do them right away. They say, oh, let it heat up, and you know, blah blah blah. I don't care. All right. I like doing a slow cook. As you do the slow cook, things get the simmer in there. They get a little bit of that energy in there, and then you can take your time to find your cooking utensils, which I apparently misplaced. Preparation would be good. All right. Let's get these guys nice and warmed up, okay? We're not looking at fried onions and fried peppers. We're not making a cheesesteak here, okay? Just warming them up. Getting them nice and soft, okay? You just want these guys a little soft so that way there's a little bit of flavor going on in there. Everything is working together. Okay? Super simple. Now, we're going to take time to open this guy and this guy. Once again, I am not, what's the word, endorsing any one type of tomato over the other. It's just what I have on hand and what was at the store. You don't want to open him up. And you're going to want to open him up. Quite simple, really. Very easy. Alright. These guys are going, they're moving and they're shaking. Get them underneath a little bit of heat. So that way they can get nice and browned up. Like I said, they're not fried. You just want a little bit of flavor. Make sure you have a little bit of, you can smell it, right? And then right before you put the tomatoes in, you're going to want to put in your garlic. Because here's the thing about the garlic. It tastes good as is. But it tastes even better when it's cooked. And you don't want to burn your garlic. If you burn your garlic, people will know. Right? You don't need all that much. Just a little bit. Get it in there. Once you can start smelling it, you're good. Who cares? Alright? But get ready because it's quick. It's quick. It's effective. Bing, bang, boom. Yep, there we are. Then enters this guy from Tomato Town. Alright. Get him in there. Get your paste in there. I'm telling you, it's super simple. You don't have to sit there for hours on end cooking this and reducing this and adding this and that and the other. You just put everything in. You cook it. You eat it. If you don't like it, add some more stuff in there. You know? Here's the great thing about cooking. If you don't like it, you could always just throw it away. If you don't like the food that you bought that's pre-made, well, then you're stuck with it. You know, you can always start over with cooking. Now, there's a lot of big chunks in here, right? A lot of big chunks. So I like to just crush them down whenever I use diced. Like I said, this is what I had on hand. So I'm gonna let this cook for a little while. I'm gonna work on these and then I will be back. All right, look, here's the thing. Let's bring this up here. Not going? Yeah, there it is. There we go. Hey. All right, look, here's the thing. I forgot 2 ingredients, and it's not too late to put them in, okay? So what you can do is throw them in now, throw them in the beginning, totally up to you. The only thing I would recommend with this, do not put the salt in until later. You're going to want to salt it. You're going to want to use, you know, a ground up salt or a kosher salt, something big. But don't put it in now, because what's going to happen is everything's going to reduce, which means the water is going to cook out, and then The flavors are actually gonna be brought out a little more. 3 ingredients, I'm sorry. So, right now, while it's hot, is a good time to start putting in some of the other ingredients. What I forgot was basil, a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette, and you're gonna wanna throw a bay leaf in there. Now, what bay leaf tastes like, I don't know. But I do know that I will know that there's not one in there. I will go, oh, wait a minute, there's something missing from this thing, and I won't be able to put my finger on it until someone goes, no bay leaf. So, make sure you put the bay leaf in, and away you go. So, I'm gonna grab that stuff, throw it in there, let this cook, simmer, reduce, all that other fun stuff, and then I'll see you in a little bit. All right, look, see, we got the bay leaves in there, we got a little bit of basil. You can use fresh basil, it's not gonna do anything bad to it. I don't have fresh basil in hand, so I use the dried stuff. Pour in a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette. This stuff is powerful. This stuff is really gonna bring some flavor to it, okay? So, know how much you're putting in. You know, you don't have to do it all at once. You can add it in a little bit later. It's also gonna give you a little bit of that darker color in there, which is nice. Nice to look at when you have a pasta. Yeah, if your pasta looks like ketchup, I don't know if people are going to want to eat it. They're going to be like, "Why are you feeding me ketchup on noodles? Come on, dummy. This ain't what I'm supposed to be eating." So you're going to want to let this sit here, reduce. You know, you can punch down on your tomatoes for a little bit as they soften. Kind of try and work them out. But overall, you're going to want to let this sit. Okay. You don't want to burn it up too fast. You want it to sit. You want to cook it at a lower heat, so that way it does a nice job in reducing. It works its magic. Everything kind of gets in there together, and in the end, finito, you are good. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to let this work its magic, and when I'm done, I will finish up this video. All right, look, I just finished up the red sauce. I also made up a little bit of linguine for it. It's the noodle I like. You can use spaghetti, you can use angel hair, you can use whatever you want. You know, don't confine yourself to, I need to be drinking this, or I need to be eating this with this. It's like with wine, you know. Certain things go better with certain things, but if you don't like it, then who really cares? Because it's about what you like. Couple tips. One, do not put sugar in this, okay? This is gonna be sweet enough. If it's not sweet enough, change your frickin' diet because you're eating too much sugar. Another thing, if you reduce it too much and you want it to be a little bit thinner, take some of the water from the pasta, put it in the sauce, okay? This isn't poison right here. It's not poisonous water. That's delicious starchy water that will go in there and it'll help bind along with the noodle. And the most important, don't be an amateur, okay? Get yourself a nice Parmesan cheese. That'll go over top of it. It'll really bring out a lot of the flavors, add some new flavors to it. Let me just plate this real fast for you. Now, I'm not going to even attempt to be fancy and do the little twirl guy, because see, as you can tell, I'm already dropping them on the floor. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to scoop them and plop them. All right. Yeah, all right. So when it comes to pasta, I know when you were a kid, your mom had no clue what she was doing. All right, and she ended up overcooking the pasta all the time. Don't do that. Cook it al dente, just slightly below where it's all mushy. Have a little bit of a bite to it, and you're good. It'll add to everything, okay? It'll make it more flavorful. It'll make it more delicious. And if you don't believe me, then just ask me, okay? It's true. So let's move this guy out of the way. Look at this. All right. Put that right on top of there like that, okay? You got him on top. You got the pasta, right? Now we grab a couple of these meatballs. Boink, boink, boink. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful, okay? Now, take our final step. And you want to do this, because if you don't do this, then you're going to look like an amateur. You don't want to look like an amateur, okay? Get yourself a nice cheese grater. These are cheap. Get yourself a nice parm. Give yourself some scrapes. Okay? If you're feeding this to somebody, you're going to want it to be not only pleasing on the palate, but you're also going to, it's going to smell good. So you have, you're going to want it aesthetically pleasing. So you want to get a fresh parm, get it on there real nice. Now look at this, okay? Look at this right here. That is a nice pasta, okay? It's al dente. You got the sauce on there. Got a couple of meatballs. Got the Parmesan cheese. It's aesthetically pleasing. Look, it's aesthetically pleasing. It smells delicious. And I guarantee you this is going to taste delicious. I mean, where's... Well. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Got a little bit of the meatball in there. Look, it all goes together, okay? You make this, you'll be happy. If you make it for somebody else, they'll be happy. Everybody's happy. And it's dirt cheap. Stop ordering out. Be a better bachelor, okay? I'm dropping food all over the place. Learn to cook. I don't know what else to tell you. And we are back. Look.
Man, that sauce look good.
I know. I got some in the fridge if you want to take it home.
Okay, cool.
A little extra.
Got a little care package going home with Daddy.
I mean, this one I made this one I made a little bit extra, a little bit spicier. You know,
I like spicy.
but,
I
hey,
like it.
It's a spicy red sauce.
Okay. All right. Look forward to drinking that in the car ride home. So,
But hey, I reduce it down. It's nice and thick. You shave on the parm there, not shaky cheese, the parm. You know.
nice.
There you go.
Nice. It's the red sauce, not the gravy. The gravy.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
It's not.
stop.
It's not the gravy.
I can't do it. Because that's going to lead us up to our next segment. Every week I choose somebody who need to sit down,
Okay.
have a seat, think about life, be calm about it before somebody lay waste to them.
Yes.
So that brings us to this segment called "Sit Your Monkey Ass Down Before You Get Your Ass Beat."
Still shocks me when I hear it.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me when I was a kid. My mom used to see me jumping around the house, me and my brother, and she just say, "Sit your monkey ass down." And it's like, as soon as you hear that part, you don't want to hear the second part, where you got your ass beat. So, this week, instead of picking one person, pick three. Yep, 3 billionaires who decided that life on Earth is just not the same. I mean, they wanted to do something above and beyond. They wanted to do something that the normal person couldn't do. Being rich could get you that, but they need to sit their monkey asses down before they get their butt beat. And this week, you got Sir Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos. 3 people who got so much money that they get in-world hunger. They can pay their employees good salaries. Well, one of them is, I'll let you decide which one is. But they can also fix all these things on Earth. Why go in the orbit for 11 minutes, 11 seconds. Hell, why even try? Why even build the rocket to go?
I mean, if I was loaded, right, like stupid rich, and going to space was a drop in the bucket, I would go. However, as a proud capitalist, I would put it on pay-per-view and make money off of it, and then I would use that money to invest in my employees and give them better health care, which those three dudes do not do.
And me being a socialist, I would load up a rocket with this money that I have, load up the rocket with all these rich people.
Careful what you say. Careful, Cujo got kicked off. Cujo got kicked off the platform.
I would treat them
Say
to a
certain
nice
things.
sunny landing.
Ah, that's better.
There you go.
That's better.
Yes, a nice sunny landing where it's 24 hours, or I don't know how many hours a day. I don't even know if it's days up there. But it would land where it's really, really sunny at. And that'll be the rocket that's shaped like a womanly fun toy.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah. Only thing you needed was the two nuts on the bottom to make it really tight.
It looked like Dr. Evil's rocket ship.
We're talking about the Tesco rocket. So, yeah, we're going to leave that at that. But anyway, those three billionaires need to sit their monkey asses down, ... before you get your butt beat.
Speaking of women's toys, I think that gives us a good way into our next segment.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for this week because, I took a couple days off and I started looking at things and missed that manly advice from our next video.
See, our good pal, Robert Knight, graciously offered to handle our email responses when it comes to questions on love and relationships, raising children, whatnot. So anytime, and there's been a lot, we have been flooded with messages from people. But anytime we get messages asking about, any kind of relationship advice, we shoot it right on over to Robert. He puts it together, we package it together, and we bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So here is
Robert Knight's.
Robert's relationship advice.
How's it going, Justin, Jake, and everybody out there, all you Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters of the world? You'll see what I did there in just a minute. But welcome to Robert's Relationship Advice. We had a very successful first segment last week on the podcast, and what I'd like to do right now is jump right back in. The Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters reference, obviously a song by Elton John, and the reason for that is because the first question, the first letter that we have sent to us today for Robert's Relationship Advice is a gay-related question. So that's where I had to tie in there. We're going to go there here on Robert's Relationship Advice. Nothing is off limits. I don't like to be very controversial, but nothing is off limits. So the first question sent to us: Robert, my girlfriend went on a recent trip to the beach with her gay best friend who she's known for years. When she got back, I asked what kind of things she did. At a certain point, she blurts out that she took a bath with her gay best friend and afterwards massaged him. When I asked her about it, she said this was normal for her, as she does this all the time when they go on trips together, and they have for years. She says she thought I wouldn't mind and I wouldn't think much of it. However, after telling her that she hurt me by doing this, she said she would stop doing it. Despite this, I don't really feel any better. What should I do? No signature, no nothing. I don't even know who to address. If you're going to send me a letter, at least sign it so I know, when we're talking about your love of your life in a tub, massaging a gay best friend, at least I can address you by your first name. So we'll go out on a limb and we'll call you Steve in this situation. So Steve, Basically, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is your girlfriend taking baths with you and massaging you? If she's not doing that and she's only doing it with her gay best friend, then I think you have a problem. If she is doing it with you and she's doing it with her gay best friend as well, you have to ask yourself one question. What is gay? I mean, because you can call yourself gay, you can be a happy guy, you can call yourself gay and you can find yourself in a relationship with another male. You can call yourself gay and find yourself in a relationship with a male and a female together but still be gay. And you can just call yourself gay for the sake of being in a bathtub and getting a massage and not having to cover for your actions. So basically, Steve, what we're going to say here is you got yourself a big problem, man. And there's two ways to handle it. Now, my best advice to you would be to sit down with your girlfriend, ask her to get in the tub, ask her to give you the best massage that you've ever had in your life. Ask her to make you feel like $1 million, like a referee who got offered a lucrative contract down south but turned it down. You want to feel that good about yourself. Your other option would be just to get down on your knees, say your prayers, and hope and pray that you don't end up in a three-way situation with your girlfriend and her gay best friend. Our next letter for Robert's relationship advice. Dear Robert, so I moved into a new apartment with my boyfriend who was coming from his old apartment and I was coming from my parents' house. His old apartment was infested with bed bugs and his roommate, who is just really dumb, refused to pay for half of the treatment. My boyfriend got advice from a Terminix guy that said, since you're moving out, just spray everything with alcohol, kills the bed bugs, put your clothes in the dryer, kills them, and you'll be good to go. Mistake number 1, never trust Terminix. Although he did that, it didn't work, and trust me, we're paying for it. Our apartment is infested with bed bugs, and my boyfriend, who brought the bed bugs here, wants me to pay for half of the bed bug treatment when he's the one that brought them in. It's killing our relationship. Robert, what are your thoughts and your opinions? Sincerely, Vanessa. Vanessa, this is my thoughts, my opinions. Your boyfriend is dumb, just like you said his friend was. A couple of dumb guys living together. Makes you wonder if they were related to the gay guy getting a massage in the previous story. I don't know. That's their cross to bear, not mine. Basically, your boyfriend is a tool for asking you to pay for half of it, and what you should make him do is make him pay it in full, buy all new furniture, new clothes, get you a new wardrobe, do whatever you got to do, get you everything that you need to get set up, and then move into a new apartment without him. Justin and Jake, back to you, and thank you everyone for tuning in to another edition of Robert's relationship advice. Remember, one man can make a difference.
You know, the best part of Robert's relationship advice, for me personally, is that I know the guy.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's honest. You know, there's been talks of people referring to him as the guru of love.
Only thing you need is the long hair and the long robe, but then again, that would take away from his one mission thing.
Yeah, one man that can make a difference.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he's out there, he's fighting crime, he's giving us love advice. I mean, what can't the guy do?
And not only is he giving us advice, he's showing us how it's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. He
what
lives
else can you ask for?
he lives his words, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't just, he's not like these guys on YouTube where they're like, oh, you need to, you know, treat your woman this way or that way. And the next thing you know, there's like slapping their old lady around and, you know, it's like, that's no good.
You know, in divorce court and, you know, fighting for custody and beating each other up. And now I'm looking at World Star and I'm seeing, hey, don't get me started.
Yeah.
But I like the advice from Robert because it's good, from the heart, well-minded, well-crafted information that everybody needs.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Speaking of honesty, we have a new segment that we are proudly debuting this week.
Start the flames up.
It is Jake Bishop's Rainfire. What's going on?
Hello, folks. This is Rainfire. It's going to be a new segment we uncovering today. It's going to be just basically, I don't know, straight off the top of my head about a subject that's near and dear to me. No matter what the week is, it's always going to come out that I'm a calm person in natural life.
Yeah.
But other times, you know, you have to dig down deep and just let the simmers and boil and everything else just comes up, and then here it. And this week we're going to talk about one man shitty. His name is Dan Cage. You are a shitty individual. You are the type of person who nobody likes when they get to know you. You talk a good game. I'll give you this. You got the gift of gab. You could talk a good game, but you have nothing to back up for it. You stole the Monster Factory from Larry Sharp, and you I don't know, somehow convinced his sister that you was a good person, so now she got you running it. You stole his company, you changed the name, you took Larry off, you stole his gear that was supposed to go up to the damn Hall of Fame. You better get that goddamn gear up to the Hall of Fame, or else I'm gonna go down there myself to Paulsboro and pick it up. But you know what? You know what, Justin? Calm me down right now. Calm me down. But then again, this is Rainfire! Rainfire on you! You know what? If I ever see you, it's going to be some furniture moving, and I'll be damned if anybody hold me back. I'll be damned. You need to stop being a crook. You're a scumbag. Nobody likes you. I know I don't like you. Justin don't like you. Everybody we know don't like you. Everybody you know don't even like you. Only people that like you are the people that put up with you because of the talk you talk. You ain't got no walk. Now, if you ever want to challenge me, my number ain't changed. Call me. Let's figure this thing out. Hell, we can go out in the middle of the street in the ring. I don't care. I'm going to jail when I see you.
Yeah, he'll definitely call the cops. He's that type of guy.
And this has been Rainfire. I'm tired. Let's end the show.
All right. We're going to end this one. We will see you next week. Hopefully we can start getting these things on schedule. Don't forget about tomorrow night where Robert Knight's relationship advice is going to be playing Saturday night. And we're going to have a schedule out.
I'm done.
Follow us on all the social medias. And see you.
And it's not about the wrestling. It's about your personality. You're a piece of shit. And I'll tell you to your face if you won't call the cops when I get there.